Hi there, we are the Youth Steering Group for the Fair Education Alliance.
As a young student myself, I believe it is absolutely vital that the education sector should listen to the younger demographic, mainly because we have the most information about the education system and its strengths, its weaknesses. And the reason we have this information is because we are going through it right now, and many politicians and prime ministers or anyone important, they went through a very different education system about, let's say, 30, 40 years ago.
Let's face it, Parliament isn't that representative.
Just as they don't always know the latest trends and crazes.
They don't understand how education has changed, particularly after COVID.
The groups that don't sit in Parliament get left behind.
But young people don't forget those kids.
Because they are those kids.
So when we campaign for policy, we make sure that no one gets left behind.
Only then can policy cater for everyone. And
it's important that we listen to young people because it's the most effective and productive way to enact policies and schemes that young people will actually use. We need to listen to the unheard voices of UK politics to ensure that we are bettering society.
In a word, experience. The young people have the experience of the system. We're going through it, we all have recently been through it. So we know ourselves where our experience could be improved, how it could be optimised, how it could be made better.
Youth voice is incredibly important for politicians and the education sector to see how different students are affected by policy. I feel like policies and attitudes towards students and in the education sector are revolved around assumptions, and it's really important that people hear how students experience different policies,
have the most experience of the system, and they have the new innovative ideas. We really need to develop it and bring the education sector forward.
Yeah, I think listening to young people would really help reduce inequality in education, because young people aren't just, it's not just statistics, young people have true stories that you can learn from. I think so often we look at policy in terms of statistics without really understanding the stories behind them, the people behind them. And so by getting those individual perspectives, you're really putting detail onto those statistics.
Yeah, and I think young people know their own experiences and the experiences of people around them. It's important for policymakers and decision makers to speak to young people, in particular young people from a lower socioeconomic background, in regards to educational inequality, because we really need to tackle down on that disadvantage gap and the attainment gap within the education sector from reception all the way to sixth form.
Totally agree, and I think you need an authentic voice in order to get better policies, more relevant policies. As a pupil premium child on free school meals myself, it's so important to me that this attainment gap is closed and it stops it from widening further.
I think that the government and policymakers shouldn't make any decision that impacts young people without first consulting young people.
And I want to add that it's important that if we are taking young people's opinions, that we take a variety of opinions from different students, from different cultures and backgrounds, so that you understand what each different type of student goes through and how to make the education system suit them.